Our scribe and our case manager is Mira. Our fact checker and dietitian is Alice. And we have Becky with rehab, and we have Ashley Nicole with pharmacy. We will start with room 505, Miss Lois Lane. Her length of stay is 4 days, which is over the GMLOS of 2.6. I have the estimated discharge of today. Dr. Bolton, is the patient medically stable for discharge today?
Yes, she had endoscopy today with GI, no significant findings. She can tolerate lunch, she can be discharged.
Fact checker, can you check for a diet order?
A diet order is in.
Rehab, do you have any recommendations or active delays or barriers for preventing discharge?
We're not in on this patient.
She's 35 and ambulatory, so rehab is not needed.
Case management, the patient is discharging home today. Do you have any active delays?
No needs for me. She's in off status and her family's taking her home.
Pharmacy, are there any barriers or recommendations for discharge?
No recommendations, no barriers.
Are there any recommendations beyond diet compression with diet care?
No.
We will aim for discharge for 2 p.m. pending the patient tolerating lunch, and the family will transport. Next patient is room 528, Mr. Clark Kent. Length of stay is 2 days, which is not over his GMLOS of 5.1. I have an estimated discharge of 8:24. Dr. Bolton, is the patient medically stable for discharge today, or is the estimated discharge still 8:24?
He is medically stable, I just need to wait to hear from ID for some input.
Fact checker, can you see if there's a note from ID?
There is no note from ID.
Okay, Dr. Bolton, can you call ID to make them aware for the need for recommendations for discharge today?
Yes, I can, no problem.
Okay, rehab, are there any recommendations or active delays or barriers?
We're just recommending home health for this patient. No barriers.
Okay, case management, the disposition is home with home health. Are there any barriers or arrangements needed?
Home health was arranged yesterday, and we'll just confirm with family for transport to.
Okay, great. Pharmacy, are there any recommendations for, or delays or barriers?
No barriers or delays, but I do need to talk with ID regarding this patient. We are recommending orals. IV antibiotics is not needed.
Okay, are there any additional barriers from the team that we have not thought of?
No.
Okay, awesome. Next patient is room 535, Mr. Bruce Lane. Length of stay is a day, which is not over his GMLS of 2.9. I have an estimated discharge of today. Dr. Bolton, is the patient medically stable for discharge today?
Nearly medically stable, just waiting on labs for outpatient dialysis to get set up.
Fact checker, can you see if the labs have resulted?
Labs are still pending.
Case management, given the labs that are still pending, what is the anticipated disposition status of this patient?
The lowest hasn't been available for the patient. DaVita's holding the HD chair for now and will approve once the labs result. I'll update the EDD for discharge tomorrow.
Does the team agree to update the EDD until tomorrow?
Yes.
Yes.
Pharmacy, are there any recommendations, barriers, or identified?
Dr. Bolton, can we transition to PO payments today with the discharge of tomorrow?
Yes, PO payment is fine.
Okay, thanks.
Can we also go ahead and get hard scripts for those payments for the SNP?
Sure, I'll print, sign, and put them in the chart.
Awesome. Case management, what's the transportation plan and time for this patient?
They need a stretcher and AMR is on will call.
Awesome, so we will change the EDD for tomorrow and we will follow the AMR tomorrow. For now, we will summarize our discharges for today. We have room 505, Lois Lane, to discharge today if she tolerates lunch. Unit leadership will follow up with the team for monitoring of her lunch, and transport will be with family at 2 p.m. We also have room 528, Clark Kent, to discharge today. We are awaiting ID recommendations, but Dr. Bolton will follow up with ID for recommendations and work with pharmacy input. Family transport is also set for 2 p.m. We will also follow up at our 2 p.m. post IDR huddle.